First, Ravek's policy was inward-facing and unpublished, and it concerned an area of national importance that was peculiarly within the expertise of law enforcement agencies, Ravek, and the royal household. Secondly, in this area of high political sensitivity, the court had considerable respect for Sir Richard and Ravek as decision-makers, because they had unrivaled expertise and experience in the field of royal protection. Thirdly, the decision was explained in contemporaneous documentation to the effect that the Risk Management Board would not undertake further risk analyses for the Duke of Sussex, because they were no longer required, given the alternative governance arrangements that were to be established on a case-by-case basis for the future. Sir Richard had, however, obtained 3 threat assessments for the Duke of Sussex during February 2020 before writing the decision letter. Fourthly, Sir Richard and Ravek had given compelling reasons for having reached the conclusion that the appropriate course was to establish bespoke arrangements for when the Duke returned to the United Kingdom on future visits. The Duke was in effect stepping in and out of the cohort of protection provided by Ravek. Outside the UK, he was outside the cohort, but when in the UK, his security would be considered as appropriate depending on the circumstances. It was impossible, I said in my judgment, to say that this reasoning was illogical or inappropriate. Indeed, it seemed sensible. Finally, even if there had been a risk analysis from the Risk Management Board, it would very likely have only confirmed the threat, vulnerability, and impact levels which the Duke had faced when earlier risk analyses were undertaken. But it would have had nothing to say on the critical features of the changed situation, which were the need for protective security on future uncertain visits and the government's appetite for risk. The decisions taken in the decision letter and subsequently were taken, I said in my judgment, as an understandable and perhaps predictable reaction to the Duke of Sussex having stepped back from royal duties and having left the UK to live principally overseas. So the conclusion, in my judgment, with which my colleagues, Lord Justices Bean and Edis, agreed, was that the Duke of Sussex's appeal would be dismissed.